Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue is the powerful story of a teenager dealing with drug and alcohol abuse.
Let me tell you what happened. What happened back in 1990, because it was one of the most awesome things ever to happen in the decade of the 90s. The cartoon characters that most of us Gen Xers grew up with on Saturday morning came back to TV and teamed up to help us all say no to drugs. They were all here, all our childhood heroes: Slimer, Winnie the Pooh, Alvin and his two brothers, those Ninja Turtles, Bugs Bunny, Alf, the Smurfs, and yes, even the damn Muppet Babies. You Gen Z kids might have your Marvel MCU team-up, but we had the epic cartoon team-up of all cartoon team-ups. It all started with a missing piggy bank. Corey, who loves her piggy bank, discovered it's been stolen, taken without permission, by someone that never even asked for it. And what was worst of all, that piggy bank was full of change she had been saving up for a few years. But don't worry, it seems someone did see who took it. Someone trustworthy. Someone who every cartoon knew and trusted. That someone was Papa Smurf. While Papa Smurf leaped from the pages of a Smurf comic book, he alerted the other cartoons in the room. Alf from a picture, Alvin and his brothers from a record album cover, and even Garfield was on a lamp, probably upset it was Monday. Then there was Kermit, well, a baby version of Kermit the Frog on an alarm clock, and Slimer came out of the wall. The cartoons decided to name names, and that name they decided to name was none other than Corey's older brother, Michael. But why would such a good kid like Michael take a piggy bank? Well, he wasn't as good as everyone thought he was. See, over the last few months, people have noticed a change in his behavior. He was hungrier more often, ill-tempered, angry, lazy at times, and finding the least little things as funny as watching a Gallagher concert on Showtime. What brought on this change? Well, the cartoons found a box of marijuana hidden under Michael's bed. That's right, marijuana. The wacky weed, devil's lettuce, germ from herb, the chronic.
Shit, this ain't no joke. I had to back up off of it and sit my cup down. Tangerine and chronic, yeah, I'm fucked up now.
The cartoon hero set off to take action and help Michael with his weed addiction. All but Winnie the Pooh, who decided to stay behind and watch after Corey. Or maybe you want to sneak off into the kitchen and get a bowl of honey. At a local arcade, Michael and his friends openly smoked a joint, and soon a smoke cloud appeared from the weed burning to tell Michael he needed to take harder drugs.
Yeah, this stuff's pretty good, but I got something even better.
But if you ask me, if you see a talking cloud after hitting some weed at a local arcade, you might have just took a hit of angel dust. Before they can take a harder drug, a police officer shows up. But this is no normal police officer. This is Bugs Bunny dressed up in a police uniform. Bugs is able to trap the smoke cloud in a garbage can, and he takes Michael in a time machine he borrowed from Wile E. Coyote. They head back in time to where Michael sees how peer pressure had turned him into a dopehead. They return to the present day of 1990, and Michael's friends want him to smoke crack with them. Yes, crack, the poor man's cocaine. Before Michael can say no and leave, the smoke cloud steals his wallet and throws it to a crackhead. Before Michael can catch up with the crack thief, he falls down a sewer drain. There they meet a talking Ninja Turtle named Michelangelo, who tells them drugs are harming his brain. And boy are they, he's in a sewer talking to a damn turtle. Inside Michael's brain we see the effects of smoking weed, or what his friends told him was weed, was having on him. We see a baby Kermit, a baby Gonzo, and sadly a god-awful diaper-wearing baby Miss Piggy.
Kermit's taking me to the tunnel of love.
They all take a roller coaster ride that shows how his brain is on drugs. But then Michael finds himself at a local park. There he finds Huey, Dewey, Louie, the Duck family, and even Tigger, and they all sing a song about refusing to do drugs.
There's a million international ways to say no.
Those drugs are so boring.
All around the world, the smart guys are giving us dope.
I'm in training for football.
They just say no.
And they tell me that works fine.
Michael wakes up in his bedroom. Maybe it was all a dream, and not some lace weed that his friend gave him. Corey tries to talk to him about his problem, but Michael is still high out of his mind and shoves her against the wall. Smoke Cloud shows up to tell Michael what a great job he did being angry at his sister, but Michael feels bad. He looks at himself in the mirror when Alf pulls him into it. Okay, maybe that weed isn't lace angel dust, but some serious LSD. Inside the mirror, Alf shows Michael how he looks now, and then how he will look due to drugs in just a few short years. Mike lets the little furball alien know he can stop anytime. It's all in his control. But Alf shoots him some knowledge by telling him, no, Smoke Cloud is in charge. In Michael's room, the evil Smoke Cloud has trapped Winnie the Pooh in a cabinet and is trying to get Corey to try some of that wacky far-out weed of Michael's. She wonders if she becomes a pothead, if she can become friends with her brother once again. Back in Michael's LSD angel dust brain, he meets another duck, Daffy Duck, who has a crystal ball to show him his future. And what does he see? Michael's almost a skeleton, laying in bed. True, it looks like a normal bed, but it's not. It's his deathbed. The cartoon heroes once again warn Michael that he needs to get off drugs. And now he finally sees the light. I guess he's coming off of his LSD high. He wants to stop, but he's not really sure how. But his little sister Corey tells him to seek family help. The angry Smoke Cloud is upset, but there's other kids in the neighborhood, and he says he'll get them to smoke weed. A sober Michael shows up and throws the Smoke Cloud into a garbage truck. Back in Michael's room, we see all the cartoon heroes on a poster on his wall. And they all agree they'll be there for when Smoke Cloud returns. I guess they were setting up some kind of epic sequel that we never did get. Oh, wait a minute, what about Winnie the Pooh? He was locked in that cabinet. Well, Michael set him free and he jumped into the poster. The epic cartoon ends with Michael and Corey headed off to talk to their parents about drugs.
Come on, sis. Let's go talk to Mom and Dad.
And that's a look at the 1990s cartoon all-stars to the rescue. Now, I'm going to be honest, by the time this came out in 1990, I wasn't really into these type of cartoons anymore. Sure, I grew up on a lot of these characters in the early 80s, but it was 1990. I was getting close to be 20 years old. I wasn't going to stay home on a Friday night to watch my childhood cartoon heroes tell me not to smoke weed, because I was headed to the local arcade to smoke some weed.
You know, for $10, I could score us some crack.
Oh yeah, crack! Now we're talking.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.